Gumia is among a growing list of military abductions under the leadership of General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, the CDF, and M7's son. Kidnap, abduction, and arbitrary arrests are the hallmark of the 2026 general elections. General Muhoozi Kainerugaba has celebrated that he has so far murdered 22 citizens. This is something which is despicable, that a CDF celebrating murder of innocent citizens to that magnitude. 22 lives lost at his hands, and he's celebrating. Once again, must decide whether to continue with the M7 family choice military dynasty or push back to the agreed 1995 constitutional order. Want again to highlight the grossly mismanaged elections as here under. Simon Byabakama and his group at the Electoral Commission will go down in the history of Uganda's democratic journey as the most compromised, incompetent, and subversive group of political bandits that occupied the state institution. As the country makes sense and comes to terms with the industrial scale election failure, as PFF, we demand an audit of the 2026 elections. I want to repeat this. As the country makes sense and comes to terms with the industrial scale election failure we have all witnessed, as PFF, we demand an audit of the 2026 general elections. The biometric voter verification machines procured at a colossal sum of Uganda shillings 150 billion and widely touted as a game changer to electoral malpractice never worked. Polling materials delivered to districts a week before, arrived at polling stations 3 hours after the commencement time of 7 o'clock. And since the machines were not working and voting needed M7's clearance to commence, the exercise started almost 5 hours late. With 1 hour to go, the Electoral Commission announced a 1-hour extension. Internet had been switched off, which made communication slow and almost impossible. It's even possible that the machines were affected by internet shutdown, the reason they have worked in subsequent elections for local councils. The military infrastructure countrywide worked hand in hand with M7 youth gangs to massively pre-tick and stuff ballot papers. In Western Uganda, in particular, voters arrived at polling stations only to be told that they had already been voted for. Agents of opposition candidates were arrested and kept away from many polling stations, and in certain cases, terribly battered and brutalized. In some areas, security aided M7 gangs to confiscate voting materials, including ballot boxes. There are also candidates whose victory has been cheated at the district tally center. You have all witnessed this brazen thuggery which has happened at various tally centers where many candidates came out licking wounds after their victories had been snatched in broad daylight. The M7 non-existing 71% victory was fraudulently constructed by the military aided by the Byabakama gang. NRM parliamentary candidates benefited from this fraud, and you have seen all of them celebrating, including the scandal which is unprecedented in this country, where a big number of them were declared unopposed after hounding out their opponents illegally. 17 NRM MPs declared unopposed after those machinations which involved the new phenomena of denomination. It is unprecedented in the history of this country that you get candidates denominated, not disqualified, but denominated. The military, ISO, GISO, and the resident district commissioners overran the electoral commission with impunity, and nobody could stand in their way. The 2026 election has redefined elections in Uganda and the political trajectory in general, just like the 1980 elections did. All we have to say, this is a déjà vu. The way it happened in 1980, it is what is happening, and most probably in a much worse way or aggravated manner. Now, what is the way forward? We take cognizance of the fact that Mr. Museveni intends to demoralize every effort opposed to the Chwezi family or military rule. He wants to render those leading the charge against him vulnerable. He has long plotted to dismantle organized politics in the form of viable political parties. The clarion call to all genuine freedom-seeking forces is therefore to rise up again and quickly. This is a clarion call. We want to reiterate. It's a command under Article 3 of the Constitution that we have to rise up, and we have to do it in earnest. We must harness the mobilization and the networking we have done during the campaigns and deploy it fully to continue the struggle for freedom. It's the reason we exist as People's Front for Freedom. The People's Front for Freedom is committed to championing the rescue agenda for the country and for the political prisoners. This is what I want to underline now on behalf of the team before you. As we assemble here and all our structures countrywide, our main commitment right now and agenda number one is to rescue our motherland, to rescue our country. And we are determined to vigorously pursue this without fear or favor. And the most immediate one now, to get our comrades, all the political prisoners across board, wherever they are, in gazetted facilities like Dr. Besigye and Obedi Lutale who are in Ruzira, and those in ungazetted detention centers, to get their liberty back. And that we are determined to pursue going forward. And we ask all Ugandans to join us in this struggle and ensure that we rescue our motherland and get it back on course as dictated by our forefathers, and also those who promulgated the 1995 Constitution. So we have a constitutional order which is not operational, and we have a political order which has been bastardized, and it has been inculcated and entrenched to ensure that our country gets down to the doldrums. We shall not accept that. We are here, and we want Ugandans to rise again and call to order Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, his son, and the entire junta.